Hello Capricorn, welcome to my channel. This will be your November 2022 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. We'll do the sound bowl just to check in with the energy, tune in, cleanse the space. So if you'd like to take a breath in and exhale. Okay, Capricorn, let us see what November has in store for you. We'll be doing 3 piles. First pile will be your current energy starting the month. The middle pile will be anything that's unseen, any challenges that's coming your way in November. And the final month or the final pile will be the unified energy, the outcome for the month. But we'll get a theme for November first of all and see what themes you're working on in November. What is the theme for Capricorn for November 2022? For the highest good, please. We'll take you. Taking risks. Soaring high in the sky and taking risks. Okay, so this is about taking calculated risks for you. We'll get a major arcana. The Tower. Right, so something that was built on perhaps false foundations, or perhaps it was solid beforehand, but now it's crumbling down. Anything requires maintenance. I've been watching this program recently on life after people. If human beings were to leave the world, what would happen? And so much would deteriorate, our man-made objects, obviously, because and what it did was it really made sense about how much maintenance is required. So maintenance in building work, maintenance in relationships, all of that sort of stuff. So when you don't maintain something and keep it in the here and now and keep things up to date, they do deteriorate. So this could be a belief system, it could be a relationship, it could be a work placement, it could be a home. Any of those sorts of things that if they're not maintained and kept up to date and nurtured continuously, it can come crumbling down. It could also talk about a kind of where someone's built up some defenses around themselves because they want to kind of protect themselves from the outer world, and that eventually comes crumbling down because you need to sort of see what's on the other side. Let us get an oracle card, please, for you. Thank you. Protection. Beautiful. So call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Okay, so this is talking about where people have perhaps been taking advantage of you, or you have felt that you have not, particularly when a tower comes along and something like a paradigm shift kind of crumbles. Now we're seeing that a lot in the world, like in the politics in the world at the moment. Obviously since the pandemic, there's been loads of things just kind of falling apart and crumbling, and that's part of evolution. That's part of the process of kind of things kind of falling away. One season ends, you know, the autumn leaves come falling down, winter arises, and then the Mother Earth creates a space to prepare for a new growth, new things, new innovations in life. Okay, so it could be that when something has crumbled for you, you might be feeling a little bit vulnerable, a bit raw, a bit fragile, but protection is here. So not only do you have the protection from your spirit guides, your angels, but it is also important for you to recognize certain boundaries and how to kind of protect what is yours and call back your power. Even because usually we lose our power, we lose our sense of self-esteem and confidence when the rug is pulled from beneath our feet. Okay, it makes us into quite a fragile state, and it's quite difficult to have the confidence to kind of go, no, this is mine. This is who I am. and I defend who I am. Okay, so let's see how this pans out for you. I'm going to be using my deck, just the Love It or More deck. Obviously, I painted it. There's only one deck of its kind. Right, let's look at, we were going to be getting 3 cards for each pile, and I will cut the deck for you. And then we'll clarify with the Rider-Waite. All right, taking risks, we have 7 of Pentacles. Tower, we have strength. Protection, we have 4 of Pentacles. Underneath 7 of Pentacles, we have the Moon. Under strength, we have 6 of Cups. Under 4 of Pentacles, we have King of Swords. Under the Moon, we have 4 of Swords. Under 6 of Cups, we have Knight of Wands. I'm liking this. Under King of Swords, we have Ace of Wands. Really beautiful energy to end the month off. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Okay. So it feels to me like you might be taking some sort of calculated risk on something that doesn't really, you just don't know if it's going to pay off in the end with the 7 of Pentacles. Moon energy is very kind of, they cast a lot of kind of shadows over a situation where you're not quite sure if it's going to go one way or another, and it feels like there may be some secrecy behind the things that you've been investing in. So it feels to me like there may be a situation. It's weird because I'm feeling the taking risk is more sort of in this area over here. You really are healing as we start the month off. You really are healing quite in the emotional body about the things that you physically do in the world. You know, with that 7 Pentacles, you kind of like the things you're reaping what you're sowing, but is it really providing what you want? And there is a need to, or there's a want to kind of, I want to say sort of like, there may be the temptation to sort of cut some corners with this energy, but it feels like there's going to be a lot of healing that comes as a result from that. As we move through the month, the thing that you don't see, the crumbling, is a situation from the past that's returning. Okay, some emotional energy from the past, and it's going to require quite a lot of strength to, I want to say, recover. And we got the Knight of Wands there, so we got this energy of like finding your va-va-voom, your energy back again after that. We are going to clarify, don't worry. And as we move into the protection, I feel like it's a time near the end of the month, the unified energy of November for you is going to be kind of, in a way, not kind of going into a cave and being a hermit, but more kind of like going, you know, I'm just going to slow down a bit. I'm just going to take my time, get some rest, and I'm going to count my pentacles, see how much I've got, and I'm going to seek some expert advice from somebody about how to move this forward. And with that, bang, you've got this Ace of Wands, this brand new energy, this brand new surge of energy, and it could be to do with work, because I feel this is really connecting you. You do have some emotional stuff here, particularly over there, but I feel like you're really, it's all about your work and your money this month. For you, it's shouting out pretty high. The emotional stuff is the thing that kind of trips you up a wee bit. But let us clarify. So what are you analyzing here with this 7 of Pentacles? What is this thing that you've invested in? Can we clarify the 7 of Pentacles, please, for Capricorn? Thank you. King of Pentacles, well, that is you in a very, very strong position here. Okay, you are really taking the lead. You're standing in your power, and you really are looking, okay, well, can this, what I've been doing so long, so this is like your work, where you get your money, where you get your kind of what ticks you over on a daily basis, your pays the bills, that sort of thing, with your property, that sort of thing, and the things that you've been nurturing hard. You really are starting to look at, I'm not so sure, is this really long-term for me? Is this something that I can rely on long-term? Do I want to keep doing this? Okay, with the King of Pentacles energy there, I love it because it means you're seeing it from a very logical point of view, a very practical point of view, and how to apply yourself. And you really are in that judgment phase of like, okay, if I use a bit of this, how do I trade off with that? If I keep, and I'm feeling savings here as well, because this can be also like a savings card, but this as well, she's like, with all the oranges in the tree, she's eating a seed, but she knows how much, she knows the ratio of what she can personally consume versus what she needs to keep for a different return, like a trade. So if she was a farmer, although she's a fairy, so let's call her a fairy farmer, she nurtures her work and she keeps a small portion for herself, and the rest is to invest back into the world. Let's look at the moon, please. Why is the moon card? Yes, yes. 5 of Swords. So it feels, this almost feels to me like this is somebody else, whereby someone has, someone in your, I would say, close circle has taken a chance here with you, because they have, in this card, you see he, well, in the gilded tarot, he goes to battle and he wins the victory, but at a huge loss. These people are walking away from him. So sometimes this talks about kind of winning at all cost, no matter what the cost is, in order to gain that victory. It doesn't seem massive because it's underneath the moon, but it feels to me like the moon is really kind of having some effect on you, particularly that solar eclipse that happened, and we have that so that lunar eclipse that happened in Scorpio, but then we also have that eclipse on the 8th of November as well, which could also may feel a bit of a tricky time for you. But it feels to me like there's a situation where you feel like someone took advantage of you. Someone was very competitive and perhaps won at all costs. But it's not so clear cut. I would say that it's not as simple as it seems because of that moon card. The moon card often makes things feel more emotional than it is, or perhaps kind of embellishes a situation. You know, the moon is prone to do that because it's very kind of feverish, it's very kind of hazy, it's not that clear cut. So this is where you are perhaps struggling a little bit in an emotional or intellectual sense of a situation you felt about somebody else who took a chance on you, or in a way kind of just decided to cut cords and move forward, cut cords and move forward. And then we've got this 4 of Swords card here, where there's a time needing to slow down, take some rest, because you've been on quite the journey, but you are protected. Chiron is there, which is a centaur, right? And he protects, he's a wounded healer, so he's looking over you as you rest, and you've got protection card here. So you do have the protection, you do have the, I would say, you'll have the opportunity, or let's say even call it the luxury, to sort of slow down and just restock and take some time out. It could also be that there is some sort of, I don't know why, but it's not a massive health problem, but maybe just where your health is not 100%. It could be affecting you in the, like with heart palpitations and things like that. I'm not a doctor, but this is what I'm picking up on. So I would say, because of the strength card with the lion as well, he's the heart of a lion, you know. So I do feel like the heart space has taken a bit of a battering, and that's the thing you're ultimately healing, but it may manifest in a physical ailment like palpitations and headaches. So let's go to the 4 of Swords. Thank you. Oh, Nine of Pentacles. This is a beautiful, beautiful card, okay? So if you are able to, if you can allow yourself, and it almost feels like taking a risk to sort of stop what you're doing work-wise and take that risk. If you can allow yourself to have the time out, we've got time out there, time out there, to really kind of rest and rejuvenate. It will give you the space and mental capacity to recognize what it is that you actually have at your fingertips. Okay, you've got your independence. You've actually got, if you're able to rest, you will have more foresight for the future with that Falcon card there. Okay, you will have actually more than you realize that you do have in a kind of a physical, material way, because she's got, she's a Nine of Pentacles. She keeps 6 for herself, and she has 3 left over, which is a spillover, which she can help with others. And I feel like you're only going to recognize this sense of independence. And it doesn't matter, it doesn't mean that you're like not in a relationship. You can still be independent in a relationship. But it feels like that is going to, the thing that's going to enable you to see that, oh, I'm better off than I thought I was. I feel like you're getting tied down with worries about other people around you with that Moon card, you know, what they're thinking of you, and maybe how someone might have, I wouldn't say betrayed you, but just kind of took you for a ride, let's just say that, okay? But because we've got this, it may even feel like taking a risk to actually take some time out, but I believe that if you do, you're going to recognize, oh wow, I actually have more than I realized, and I'm feeling a bit more in control of where my assets lie. Okay, be that in terms of skill sets or in terms of physical assets, whatever you, obviously it's generating, but whatever that means to you. Then we've got this Tower moment here, something that's really going to kind of call upon your inner strength, call upon your determination, your bravery, something seemingly from the past. And then we've got this rush of energy, but then the Tower is broken down. So what you thought, so the Tower can also represent a belief system that now crumbles. The belief system didn't hold true. Okay, so let's go to strength, please. Why is strength here, please, Capricorn? Whoa. Okay, we'll take the uprights over there. We've got 3 of Swords. That is heartache, okay, sadness. But we do have the Star, the High Priestess, and the 5 of Pentacles. So I want to go a little bit further, because this feels like very much so that the strength is like how perhaps it could have been a relationship that fell apart under the Tower, and that's what's taking you this. It's taking quite a lot of internal strength to come to terms, particularly if you've had the healing over here, but it's still hitting you quite sharply in the heart. But it's going to take quite a lot of strength to start to move your attention towards the future and to recognize that there is going to be healing coming in. This is also my healing card, the Star. And it's also a wish fulfillment card as well. And you're going to be picking up on a lot of sort of intuition, a lot of kind of secrets from beneath the veil, whereby you're kind of seeing, well, this is a kind of five pentacles, kind of left out in the cold, feeling neglected, that sort of energy over there. So it's about the mindset here more so than anything else. It's going to take quite a lot of internal. It's going to be quite tough, but you're kind of switching the mindset of from a negative into a positive, okay? And that's the paradigm shift. That's the crumbling. It's a crumbling of a belief situation over this pain that you've been harboring in your heart. You see, this feels kind of workified, and this feels very kind of emotional. The heart of the lion, healing the heart, okay? Recognizing that actually you're not on your own, you're not left out in the cold. You have support available to you. That's what the 5 of Pentacles means, is you've got the church that is ready to help you and support you. Now the 5 of Pentacles often talks about as well feeling like you don't even have money and all that sort of stuff, but because of these 2 major arcanas, they override those 2. Okay, so these are stronger energies, and also under the strength. So the strength is going to be about like kind of rebuilding your heart. Okay, let's look at the 6 of Cups, please. What's the 6 of Cups all about? Thank you. Page of Swords and Three of Wands. Okay, so it feels like you've been waiting for some communication to be coming in from something from the past, or from a past situation that was very kind of, felt very nice in terms of lovable and all of that sort of stuff. And you've been waiting, but the Tower moment maybe shows that it's not coming. Page of Swords is sometimes a kind of forceful energy, but it's a message that you've been waiting for, a curiosity as well from something from the past. But it's breaking things down. It's like what you don't see is that actually those things that you're waiting for, it may not come. It may not come, and that's the thing that's requiring quite a lot of strength, and that may be the thing that kind of just topples the Tower over. Let's go to the Knight of Wands, please. So this is like soaring. This is very excitable energy. This is moving with enthusiasm and vigor and charge. So let's see what the Knight of Wands has to say, please. Why is the Knight of Wands here, please? It could also be a situation where someone from the past does actually contact you, but it crashes down a belief system you had over that person, because it's connected to the heart space. So it's, when I say the heart space and the emotional body, cups, water, you know, so it could be a close a business partner, a family member, a friend, a romantic partner, anyone that was very, very close in the past. It could also be that someone comes, communicates with you and opens up about a situation that you didn't realize was there. It's a completely different situation than you realized, and that's the thing that's going to require quite a lot of strength to kind of go, ooh, so everything that I believed is now toppled over, and now I have to change how I saw that whole situation. Knight of Wands, please. Can we clarify the Knight of Wands? Thank you. We have the Hierophant, we have Justice, and we have Five of Wands. Okay. So I see, as a result of this Tower moment, where I feel like you're racing forward towards a bit more of an equilibrium. You're racing forwards towards a sense of justice. You're racing forward towards a sense of kind of a legal situation. We've got the Hierophant with the Justice card here. They could 100% mean some sort of a legal situation that you've been battling with, to do with perhaps an organization as well, some sort of structures and systems that be. And because the Justice card has actually turned up, that shows it quite favorably in your respect. I feel like you're soaring forward, and it's very exciting, but it has been a situation that has been causing quite a lot of conflict, quite a lot of competition, quite a lot of difficulties with multiple parties. So that's going to be quite difficult for you, but that's also the thing that might have been crumbling. So if there was a situation where you've been waiting for a legal result of something, justice to a degree, that's also the paradigm, that's also the Tower crumbling, because what was set up in one way is now kind of changing up. Okay, so it's no longer valid. The Tower no longer can sit where it's sitting. So it could be a legal system from someone from the past and still requiring quite a lot of strength. For others of you, if it's not a legal system, I do feel that this shift in the heart space of where you felt like you didn't have enough, with the High Priestess and the heart and the Star showing that there is wish fulfillment and you can get a renewal from something from the past, is going to be justified. But it does have associated kind of, just, I want to say the word clamor, you know, bang, 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 bang. It's like, it's just noisy in the headspace, noisy. It's a noisy moment of something just kind of falling apart. But I do feel like it does have, it is a balanced outcome from that, okay? And then as we move to the end of the month, you need to be reminded, I need to remind you that you are 100% protected, but where you can also protect yourself. Now, protecting yourself and defending yourself can be sometimes two different things. Sometimes people can be too defensive, okay, whereby people around them are too scared to say anything in case they get their head their head bitten off. Protection is slightly different. Protection is like, well, I'm honoring myself, I'm honoring my belief systems, and I'm protecting myself in this particular way. So I know that perhaps I don't, wouldn't be wise for me to hang around with these sorts of people, or perhaps it wouldn't be wise for me to send that email in the middle of the night, when I'm feeling really upset, or, so you're protecting yourself, you're calling back your power. Four of Pentacles is that kind of harnessing that kind of energy of I need comfort now. I need to sort of maybe indulge a bit. He sleeps on a magic carpet, and the magic carpet needs to be flying around the sky. But he's weighing it down with his pentacles underneath him. So he's saving what he's got. He's protecting himself in this manner. And we don't do that forever, but sometimes it's important that we do it. So let's go to the Four of Pentacles, because I feel like the outcome is really affecting more like your finances. So basically your focus in the beginning of the month is kind of like finances and maybe your business relationships in that respect. Middle of the month is very emotional, something that you don't see coming. That affects you in the emotional body. And by the end, again, you're back onto the finances. Okay, getting the expert advice and then leading forward. Finances as it relates to career. Okay, so let's go to the Four of Pentacles, please. Clarify the Four of Pentacles, please. Thank you. Temperance. There we go. You need the healing. You have got 1, 2, 3, 4 healing cards here, meaning Temperance is about kind of just divine timing. It's the angel of healing. It's about kind of tempering your thoughts, tempering your actions, softening to love, all of those sorts of things. So if it also sometimes talks about patience. And so it feels to me like it would be very wise for you, where you, especially after this Tower moment, you may feel, but God, Robyn, I had my healing time. I gave myself a couple of days off. I slept on the couch all weekend, and now all of this happened, and it just feels relentless, right? This is telling me that this is very, very important for you to do, because it's kind of like this may be healing from a situation, right? That has been affecting you maybe in the workplace. This is healing a kind of emotional relationship, but it breaks down a paradigm. So now you need to heal from that. So you've got a big month coming forward where it may feel a bit relentless, but out of that births a new beginning here, a new enterprise, a new inspiration, okay? And you won't be able to fill the drive of that inspiration had you not given yourself the time to just slow down, take some deep breaths, nurture yourself with love and kindness. Okay, so it's telling me that this Four of Pentacles is a very wise thing to do. So again, as we reach the end of the month, maybe be very careful of your finances, be careful of your spending. Also be careful not to kind of be too, I would say, too impulsive or compulsive, or going to any extremes, like for example partying too hard or being too much of a workaholic. I would say by the end of the month, just soften it all, just bring it back to balance, just kind of go within a bit more to find your still space, because when you do that, you can kind of respect yourself more, you can honor yourself more, and then you can recognize, particularly if you've been feeling quite fragile and raw, then you can find ways to protect yourself in a very kind of balanced, grounded way, without kind of having to point fingers at anybody or put up a barrier about anybody, but just kind of going, I need this. I'm protecting myself now because this is my time. I need this, right? And it's not like, I need this because of this, it's not like that. So let's go to the King of Swords, please. So this is some expert advice. This is also the energy that you're stepping into, because you're now looking at the facts and the figures. You're now looking with a fine tooth comb as it relates, I would say it definitely relates to work and finances. I feel like perhaps even because of this Justice Hierophant card here, it could also be a legal representative, okay? But I feel like this is very, very promising for you. You see in the background of this card, he's inside and outside. The trees are blowing like crazy, but he's very still. He's very calm. He knows the details. He knows how to protect himself. He knows what to protect himself with. And for him in this situation, he protects himself with certain words, written words, communication, facts and figures, that sort of stuff. He relies on that, okay? And I think that's going to be very, very helpful for you. It's going to be an aid for you. So let's go to the King of Swords, please. Can you clarify the King of Swords? Thank you. Wow. Wheel of Fortune and Five of Cups. So the wheel is turning in your favor after some regret over the past, okay? Then we have Six of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, which is in a different position now, and the Two of Pentacles. So it looks to me like where a situation whereby something to do with finances. So as I say, finances also could be with regards to work. Something where you something was regrettably done, or you regret, or something of the past that didn't go according to plan. Now the wheel is turning in your favor. It looks like you're getting some sort of physical payout or some sort of recompense for it, to the degree where you're deciding to, okay, I'm not going to throw this away. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to manage it because of the juggling act there. I'm going to manage it well. I'm going to place a little bit here and a little bit there because I start the month off in my power. Now I'm calling back my power with my self-protection. And if I'm receiving something through the King of Swords that could be related to some sort of legal aspect potentially as well, some sort of return, instead of just kind of blowing it all or being silly with it, I am going to harness it, and I'm going to place it in very strategic pots, okay? And as you do so, it basically creates a clean slate for you to now charge forward with this new passion. So this Ace of Wands, please. Can you clarify this Ace of Wands for Capricorn? Thank you. Ooh, the Magician. We've got Death, and we've got Three of Pentacles. Wonderful. So we've got a brand new beginning happening for you by the end of the month. The culmination of this whole, I would say, kind of a tricky month, quite a difficult month, I'm not going to lie. But this new spark, this new passion, this new aha moment, this new project that you want to do is going to be something that you've actually brought into being, because you've got the Magician's energy here. So you actually have all the tools you need to make this happen. And it's a huge turnaround for you. I feel like it's going to be a turnaround as it relates to work and finance, okay? Because I see there's going to be a huge transformation in the way that you work. Even for those of you who are retired, this could be like a sideline project, a hobby-based. This is something where you are changing the way you work in a way that more incorporates collaboration with other people. So it's not like you're just doing it on your own anymore. It's not like you're being more of a leader. It's more like you're integrating with others on an equal measure. And I really love this because it feels like it's going to be very prosperous for all. That's the energy I get with those two. So Capricorn, that's all I have for you. I hope that it's resonated. If it did, please like, subscribe, comment and share, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.